And welcome in! Happy Monday, everybody! Welcome to the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. I am one half of your host and your virtual bartender, Mr. Nick Teodoro. Joining me, as always, my tag team partner in life, my wife, Miss Nicole. Nicole, what do you have?
Oh, you guys know me. Some Cheetos, some orange, some cranberry juice. Mr. Nick, tell the people what you're drinking and our three things for the show.
I'm drinking my J. Lure 7 Oaks Cabernet, as per usual, as you like to say. Well, Nikki, Femi retires Brock Lesnar. Mommy is back on top as WWE Women's Champion, and the World Heavyweight Championship is claimed by the OTC. We're reacting to WrestleMania 42 Night 2 on Monday, April 20th, 2026. This is the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries, the list goes on and on. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell him bring another round when he's ready more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near Fifth Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
And welcome back in, everybody. Happy Monday. If you're new here, smash the old like and subscribe. You're a regular. You know we love having you. Nikki, we got some regulars already in the chat.
We
It says return all her believers. Yes, happy 420.
Oh my gosh.
Celebrating the holiday. Joho's here too. What's up, Joho?
Hi, Joho.
Andrew Brunswick, welcome
Sir?
back. Night 2 is a significant improvement to whatever the hell night 1 was.
I think we can all agree on that, yeah.
Oh, Nikki, let's get
Do it.
right into it. Your reactions to night 1. Any
Night
overall?
2?
Well, I mean, sorry, night 2. Sorry, I was reading night 1, but let's get it started.
No, I have to agree with Andrew.
Night 2.
It's definitely better matches. I think all 6 of them really were really great. Again, I think Jade and Rhea was better than I anticipated.
If it was just Sunday night, I feel like everyone's opinion of WrestleMania would be completely different.
Yeah.
Sans the main event for me. I think I said like Stone Cold was asking me, like, what would you rate it? I probably would have given it a B overall, and then I probably would have given it a B+ to A- if the main event didn't had a different outcome. Slightly because we saw hints in the main event of a punk heel turn, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, a lot to get to, Nikki. First off,
Hi, Cat.
oh, we got Cat in the chat.
Got Cat in the chat.
And Nick.
And Nick.
One of my top liver.
Yes.
Unbelievable. But yeah. Nikki, before we get to that, start proudly. Congratulations.
Oh. Mom was being on top.
Yes, Nikki, you can post your belt there. Show everyone your championship.
Championship.
Because Nikki was, I just put them all together. 9-4 for the weekend, as I was 7-6, so above 500, but I'm below 500 for the year. And you're 14-7 for the year, so the reigning champion.
Get it. I'd have to do better at the next AEW so I could be Nikki 2 belts.
Yeah.
So I'm coming for you, but right now I'm your reigning independent WWE champion of the world. Go me.
Oh God.
I know. If I went, but again, I went I couldn't pick Roman Reigns, even though it was in the stars that he was winning. And I couldn't vote against my man.
It was written in the stars. Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah. Stop it. But yeah, no, I think this was a definitely better show than night one.
Well, Nikki, talking about stars, a new star has been born.
Look at you.
Let's get right to it. Oba Femi downs Brock Lesnar in about slightly under 5 minutes, if you're counting. I know Joho put in our chat that he's coming with stats this time, so I don't know if he's counting numbers on match length or whatever. But yeah, Oba Femi. What's up, Matt?
Hello, man.
Welcome in.
Hello, friend.
But yeah, Oba Femi downs Brock Lesnar. He literally looks as dominant and as strong as anyone against Brock Lesnar ever I could ever remember. To the point where like he takes one F5, gets up from it almost immediately. Clotheslines, doesn't really go off his he went off his feet. He got 3 German suplexes.
Yeah.
So he did go off his feet, but yeah, I think this is as dominant a performance as you'll ever see a wrestler get, and a dominant push as a wrestler. I was shocked at this because I picked Brock Lesnar. This is one of the differences in our picks here. To me, it was crazy that not that he won, but and what happens after we'll get to that. But I don't know. I expected either a super short match. This was kind of in between.
I think this is the right squash match it needed to be. Like, I didn't want it to be like one like power bomb and then be done. So there was a little back and forth. It was him kind of like chopping Brock down. He did take some Germans. So I think this was the right. Again, I wasn't expecting a 20-minute barn burner. Like, it needed to be a squash, but not like a 30-second squash. I think this is the right squash sort of mix. I think it was good.
It was like a nice puree.
Nice puree.
A nice puree.
Wow. I like it was making
not like a full mashed potato, but it was a puree. So it was just like
yeah, like put it in a blender and whipped it up. Perfect.
Hey Chester,
hello dear.
Elvis, welcome.
Hello, welcome. Making you friends.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, Oba then hits just one, which I was kind of surprised. One fall from grace. And then we see the sight that we expected in a few months from now, but Brock Lesnar taking off his shoes, stinking up the place with his dirty feet.
But also it seemed like when Oba got the 1, 2, 3 and he like jumped up and he like hugged the ref, like he didn't like, I feel like he was surprised that he won.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, holy shit, he didn't kick out.
Oh, he didn't kick out. Like, oh, we're actually doing this.
Like an Andre the Giant-esque.
Yeah, like Hulk Hogan all day. He's like, he's like, what's the plan, boss? And like Andre like no sold him all night, and then did the slam. But so was it this little will me won't me, and then he didn't kick out. And then again,
could you imagine? Like he just didn't tell him because Brock Lesnar's like, well, Oba Femi's a big dude, but yeah, like Brock Lesnar's an NCAA wrestler. He doesn't want to get pinned. He's not getting pinned,
right? And then he takes off his shoes and his gloves, and then Heyman's like, what? And then he threw up the X on himself. He's like, nope, like done.
Yeah, and this is one of those like because like the Cody moment from a couple like last year, where he's raising Cody's hand after Cody beat him. No one expected him to do that.
I was like 2 years.
Yeah, like, but it was just like an unscripted moment, whatever you want to call it, like impromptu. What are they called? Improv. No, I guess improv moment. Like, I don't know. Was this like a shoot, like a sincere retirement, or is this setting the stage?
3 years. Oh my gosh.
Or is this? Yeah, 23. Yeah, that's crazy. Or is this setting the stage for something else? Like, is this setting the stage for we talked about the Gunther match and what's going to happen? Because as we go into Raw tonight, you can make the argument with Braun Breaker helping Gunther win. I think that's the out that Heyman has that, you didn't really help me. I don't owe you a favor and whatever may happen on that. And I don't know. I think it's going to lead towards maybe because Heyman is legit Lesnar's only friend, even though he's his business associate, maybe he comes back to defend his friend or something.
I don't know. And I think they left it.
I feel, and you know how I feel about faces and heels.
I think they left it open enough. Like, could they, for the right price, would Brock come back? So I think they kind of left it open, because then Heyman did an interview, said that he's not retiring. So, like, again, do they leave this like, oh, he is retired, unless, the price is right and the story's right, and they could bring him back to do Gunther or whoever at SummerSlam? Because, again, SummerSlam's in Minnesota, Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Like, does he have a final match in this home, his previous home?
I think he does. I really think he got it.
You can, but it's good. It's a good way to, like, write him off. He's like, oh, I'm done. I'm retired. Like, here's my stuff. And then what's going to bring him back? Is it saving Paul? Is it, obviously the human monies?
Yeah.
But again,
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Yeah.
So again, I think they, it's write him off for a little bit, and then they can, if he comes back, then they have an in. If he doesn't, then they have an out.
Yeah.
It's what it needed to be.
Yeah. I don't know. Let us know in the chat. What do you think? Is this the end for Lesnar? I threw up in the poll. It seems 2-1 odds. Think yes, this is it.
I can see it going either way. Again, money talks.
It does, and again, well, like, does he think it would be a better story to retire in his hometown? I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know, but people are now like, oh, Brock doesn't want to tap out to Gunther. I was like, what's the difference of him? I guess he putting again the rumor. There are so many conflicting things. And at first it was like Brock doesn't want to do this match, and then it seemed like he was into it again, like coaching Oba what to do. And then it turns out now there's stories coming out that like Brock handpicked Oba back in February.
Yeah.
And again, it's like one of those things when he's invested, when he's on, like, again, the match with him and Drew, him and Cena, him and Cody, like, when he's in it, he's in it. And then when he doesn't give a shit, then you get him and Mox.
True. I mean, and Andrew Bruns a good point too. Like, could he just be like saying it's his last meeting, like goodbye,
Yeah, maybe.
Meeting,
So it could be like if he doesn't. Oh, that's good, because he'd be like, oh, this is my last Mania, and then he could do something at SummerSlam, whether they run it back with Oba or they do something with Gunther.
Matt made a good point. Brock ended the streak at WrestleMania, had huge moments at WrestleMania. Why not retire at WrestleMania? Yeah.
Also,
I mean, it's the biggest event of the year. You're not going to beat that.
because I know I'm not. Ooh, come back, Bubba.
Right back in it.
And like, I don't, he's not my favorite person, but I think the match is what it needed to be. I liked it. I think people are giving it like an A. Like it's Ron Seal does what it says on the tin.
Well, how would you grade the ladder match as Penta, which the other difference
He's
retains
the king of the ladders. The Escaleras.
Which I will say before. Well, give me your grade and then.
I love this match. This is small, and actually, friend of the show, Crowbar, tweeted about it. You have all right, there's a bunch of you in the match. Maybe you should ask each other what y'all are wearing, because all three of the luchadors are all in red masks. Again, I know obviously the difference between the three of them, but it wasn't odd to the eye when all of a sudden it's just a ball of red attacking each other. And then poor like, they didn't show some of the entrances you saw online when Dragon Lee came out with these awesome dragon wings and whatever. I don't know if it was mechanical or he controlled it, but they like went out and then they contracted.
Big old dumb bird.
No, it looked cool. It was like dragon, not like feathers, like because he's a dragon. It's like dragon wings. It looked so cool, and I was like, this poor pickle doesn't get an entrance. What, him, JD, and Rusev?
Yeah. Oh, has anyone checked on JD? Well, thank you, Matt, for that beautiful segue.
Matt.
Because in every one of our shows, or at least every PLE that we review, Nikki and I each have a big Nick energy moment of the night. And for me, that was in this match. So for me, that Canadian Destroyer, which actually, as you look at this, you can see JD's big old forehead. So I don't know how you protect yourself with a big old head like that. Really dangerous in itself. And I just think this move's awesome. And when you do it off the ladder, it looks cool as hell.
Again,
so
never not gonna pop for it.
Yeah, this is my big Nick.
Also, someone needs to check on Rusev when he took that West Coast pop threw the ropes onto that ladder. Like he was just like that looks scary too. And again, I'm never not gonna pop for a Spanish fly. Like this match had.
I thought you might have made that your big Nick energy just because of
I know
you're biased towards Spanish flies.
I know it was either this like I almost I didn't
I gotta
it would be my
vote down on it. I could be your Spanish fly swatter. See what I did there?
And then Javon hitting the cutter onto Rusev off the ladder.
Yeah.
Lisa's defending JD's big head.
It was beautiful. It was good. There was a lot of great moments.
All the spot fest that you want and love at a ladder match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. But yeah, it to me this cements Penta as a single star. Like I don't know. We talked about for a long time on the show, like Lucha Brothers. They'll eventually, I think, come together, but it's going to be a while. I think it might be into 2027 before we see that.
Yeah, I want him to go on a long run. Like I want him to have another big.
That Mortal Kombat entrance that he had though was pretty. Also in the beginning, I don't know if he was trying, like maybe because he's so used to having his mask open, like with the mouth area open, that he was trying to hold it in the beginning straight, and then I guess to get the shot, he held it, and then it was good, and it looked awesome. But kind of like Shokan, I think it was. A Shao Kahn, whatever. But an awesome entrance nonetheless.
Yeah, and then again, maybe it wasn't, or maybe it didn't fit because again, you have your face paint, you have a mask on, and then you have a helmet on. So I feel like it was probably a lot, and wanted to make maybe it was a little too snug or a little too loose, and he just wanted to hold it for a second. But it looked great. Yep. I had a coworker who doesn't watch wrestling, but he apparently was at a bar last night who watched wrestling, and he was like, "Who's that guy that came out of the Mortal Kombat?" He's like, "That guy looks so cool." And I was like, "Yeah, it's Penta. He's really good."
Yeah. Shokan entrance was okay. Unbelievable. They're arguing over Mortal Kombat.
But didn't like. But also,
actually, Kung Lao, that would have been a pretty good one with that character, I think. Because
it was already done.
Oh, someone did it?
It was the triple threat when it was Bianca, or this tag match. It was Bianca, Naomi, and Bianca, Naomi, Jade all came out, and Naomi looked like it was Kung Lao. Yeah, had the big hat. Yeah. When they came from like the sky and came down. Again, would be cool, but sort of kind of already done. And again, maybe he didn't really have an option. There could have been like, hey, we want you to do something with Mortal Kombat. Like, it'd be great to use this guy.
Steven's researching all these things later. we just doing so much homework.
Do your research. Do your research. But I don't know. It seems like the chat didn't really like the ladder match. But again, I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to see people jump.
I think it was what they want to display on ESPN going in. You had Brock Lesnar, you had that shock moment, and now you're going to have all this athleticism and all these spots to show off the luchadors and the younger talent that you maybe not have heard about. And that's kind of leading into the...
And that's what you kind of want from a ladder match. Like, everyone had their spot. Everyone had a moment to shine. Everyone took their lick.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously, the right person won.
Yeah. Exactly. So... Nikki, I think, talking about winners, I think the right person won here because you're talking about making stars. We talk about Penta emerging and potentially being the next star, but someone I think has already become a megastar, Trick Williams, the new United States champion.
Thank God. Because Kat was making me so nervous. I was like, oh my God, Sammy's going to win. But, you're pushing your young kids. He looked great. That entrance. Can you imagine when him and Lash get married? Does Lash have to have a longer train to beat him?
That was insane. What do you do with that? And then I thought about how dirty that cloth was. Walking down that whole aisle. Oh. This was one.
But again, it might be kind of clean because I feel like everyone kind of wipes their boots and stuff. But I don't know. But that was, again, but then everyone's chanting, like, whoop that trick, and you have little Yachty, like, rapping over it. It's like, no, everyone wants to chant. Be quiet. But no, again, he looked great. Hopefully a star is born.
Well, little Yachty took a bump early. Like, I guess Sami looks like he's kind of dabbling into the heel realm. And he could Seriously. The Seinfeld reference. So we're gonna. Do you remember that?
I never watched Seinfeld.
There's a Seinfeld reference with I forget I didn't watch Seinfeld that much, but the female character, what's her name?
Elaine.
Yeah, Elaine. And like she won't get a square of toilet paper in the ladies' room. It's this whole bit, but yeah, I don't know if that was what he's referencing, but that's what I thought of. But yeah, like this was the right moment to put over Trick. And like just hearing him come out, he might have had the biggest pop of the night. Like there was
one of the tops.
Yeah, like next to Punk, Roman.
Now Steven's a reference I know.
Yeah.
So Steven is lamb chop.
The coat that doesn't, it just goes on and on.
Some people started wearing it, not knowing what it
He
was.
did it. He's tricking. So I'm actually super like give Mello a lot of credit. Like all the U.S. Open challenges, I get that, but like to me, this makes the U.S. title picture entertaining. And yeah, I'll listen to him talk for days because he's funny.
Yeah,
he's clever and he's quick. You know, how do you reflect on Sami Zayn's title run of?
Not great.
Like a month.
Again, he took the belt off Mello, and we're all upset that now Mello wasn't in this match or didn't get a Mania moment or whatever. And then again, you hot-shotted on him and to put over Trick. I get it, but it's just like, okay, I'd rather have seen, you know. And we were worried that there was going to be too many people inserted into a match, and then there was too many single matches that they made. We'll get to it, but. Finn Dom a street fight because there's too many just singles matches. So like I would have rather have seen, you know, have Elia in, have Mello in. You could have put Dragon Lee in there too, like, or what's Nakamura doing? The poor baby was in the Dre.
Yeah, but it's definitely I don't know. Yeah, I think it would have been better for Sami Zayn's story to just have him just keep losing instead of winning the actual belt for
so I don't know. I'm assuming on Friday. I don't think we'll see him tonight. But probably on Friday. I'm hoping that he goes a little nutty and then we can cement hard the heel turn. Yes, they're so sweet. You know, I love wrestling couples, and she was just like over the moon for him. And I was just like, you know, I love a good wrestling couple, and I love their love.
Well, Nikki, what'd you think about the Traitor of the Demon taking on Dom Mysterio, the return of the Demon?
The Traitor?
Yeah, remember I called him Traitor yesterday?
Oh,
because he left.
Yes. Sorry.
He left.
Didn't get the call back on our own show.
He didn't cheat, so he was a traitor. Yes. Olivia Rodrigo.
Yes. Got it. Sorry.
Gosh, she shows how much she listens to what I say.
Again, I feel like this match he kind of got to do the Demon a little more proper because he felt a little different. He moved a little different. He sounded a little different.
Oh, the crawl in the beginning. Was great.
I love that. I can watch him crawl.
Like the mind games and like being like the stuff, and like Dom played perfect. Like he was out of the ring,
and he was like looking scared.
Table. Yeah.
And I loved on his face paint on the body paint on his back had the Demon eating a little Dom.
Oh, it did? I didn't see that.
Yeah, on the back of him, and it was just like basically it was like the big mouth, and you saw like a hand putting like little Dom like into his mouth. It was great. I don't know. I just like I want him. Okay, now can we be done with the Judgment Day stuff for Finn, and maybe can go after?
So he goes back to being Finn now, right? It's just a one-off. Like
I assume
right?
so.
You're just like, all right, which kind of weird. Like you turn it on.
I know, but like that's how it kind of was in NXT. It wasn't until a takeover.
I would be all for a Demon Finn Aleister Black match.
Wouldn't be mad at it. But now I'm like, could he go after Penta? Like I want to see Finn Penta.
Yeah.
Or is this something now he's done with the Judgment?
I wouldn't mind Penta being like, you know, Penta Dark that was in Lucha Underground that we were like just a darker character like that.
Oh my God, SummerSlam.
What, Penta Dark?
Penta Dark versus Demon. Put it in my veins right now.
Give me that. But yeah, the match itself, were you surprised? Right, there was no interference. Like The interference was in the other match. So like, we that surprised that no one. I guess because JD.
Well, JD died.
Yeah, JD was. Yeah. But yeah, I guess you're not going to throw the ladies in there.
Yeah, because I don't know if that's a great optic. Like everything's so bad, he has to bring the demon out. He's acting a little more crazy, and then you have like the ladies come in. I don't know if that's the right. But then he can also use that. But like, where were you? And she's like, and she can be like, well, my face is broken, and or we were out celebrating or doing whatever. Like. And then he can, is this maybe them turning on JD? Because they could be like, JD, where were you? And he's like, well, did you just see the destroyer that I took? And
Joe saying, release Sami, bring back Karrion Kross, Finn and Karrion Kross become tag partners. That's interesting.
I have a feeling Karrion Kross wouldn't like that at all. I think he's having a lot of, watching, like, his stuff on Instagram. It seems like he's having a bowl of fun out there on the indies.
Yeah. No, yes. So we'll see. End of the show.
But yeah, I'm excited for what comes next for Finn because I'm hoping it's something. Go him and Penta or
Kat saying she was surprised Roxanne didn't come out.
But Roxanne was team.
Yeah, she should be teamed up.
No, she should be team.
I know Finn brought her in. She should be, and that's like I don't like Demon getting any help. Demon doesn't need help.
Exactly. So she's team Finn, and she didn't really need to come out. But again, do the ladies turn? It's like, all right, well, Dom lost and Finn lost, JD lost. Do the girls turn on the boys and they come off and be just them as a power trio? And then again, do you recruit someone like Stephanie? I forgot. I'm sorry, someone said that last night about like the whole super Latina group.
Oh yeah. I can't remember.
I'm sorry,
but that'd be a nice touch. Yeah. But well, Nikki, you mentioned the ladies, but let's get to the ladies because now talked about it. Rhea Ripley, Mommy is back on top. Let's take a look back at some of the images from last night's match.
Take the fall and rise to heaven. All is lost again, but now I'm not giving in. I will not bow, I will not break. I will shut the world away. I will not fall, I will not fade. I will take your breath away. And I survive, I'm paranoid. I have lost will to change. And I am not proud, cold-blooded fake. I will shut the world away.
Nikki, we have a new
Yes.
women's world champion. What are your thoughts on Rhea Ripley? Mommy's back on top.
I know where she needs to be. Obviously, right winner. I think the match was actually better than I anticipated.
I know what you are.
Is your little chicken tender slut?
Say that again.
We're all chicken tender sluts. We all love chicken tenders.
Okay.
Oh, I love you.
Weird beard. No, it was the obviously the right call. I think the Jade experiment is over. Again, I think the match was better than I anticipated. Her breaking out a one-winged angel and they're calling it a sandstorm, I was surprised about.
Is that like? But do you break that out? I like that as a finisher.
Well, I think she was trying to use it as a finisher.
Yeah, then you kick out. Like then use it like on somebody else, not like in a main event. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what was
Steven's
it?
already. How dare Jade steal the one-winged angel? Easy Osprey do all this awesome stuff.
Oh, also, Dragon Lee did a Styles Clash on Mysterio in the ladder match.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not mad at her, because I don't know if it was Cole or Wade that's saying like, oh, to defeat Rhea, she has to break out different stuff. So like, I was like, well, glad she's,
Yeah. Well, I mean, Matt made everybody. I agree with Matt. Like, this was the best I've ever seen Jade. Like, and we said the same thing when we were watching. We're like, this is her best match by far in WWE. And like everything, and even towards the finish, where it was like, it looked like, oh shit, she botched the not Jade. What's the
the Riptide?
yeah?
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh no, but then they turned it into the other like. I think that was I'm hoping it was supposed to be like that, or they just played it off really well. And I love when Jade brought Rhea up for the Jaded, and she like crawled underneath her, and that's how she hit the Riptide. Like I think that was cool.
Yeah, no, that was perfect because
And then
you haven't seen anyone do anything like that, right? And she should show like her athleticism, like what and then it was fluid. It was a fluid match, and like even some of the like Jade struggles sometimes to hit those kicks. Like her pump kicks, and like she limber, flexible, whatever enough to hit them and flush that they look strong. This is by far the best that she's
like. Do you think there was so much real? I really feel like real life stuff, especially hearing Rhea like on interviews this week or this past weekend. That like, do you think that Jade was like, oh well, she talks all this shit about me wrestling, like I need to be on my game? Did this? Real stuff bring out maybe the better wrestler of both of them having a great match.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, well, didn't that? Last year with Charlotte Tiffy, like we had a much better. Like there was no build. Everyone's like, we hate this, and then it's like it started becoming like, oh well. The rumors like, oh yeah, like Rhea doesn't really want to work with her, so it became a little bit more shooty.
I know, but
Reese, I disagree. Struggles. I don't think Jade's that bad. I just think Jade, like, she's just a muscular, like, that's how most, like, female, male, like, muscular wrestlers, like, they're power wrestlers. That's what she is built as. And, like, they have the limitations in the ring, and she's working around it. And that's what this match worked around and accentuated all her strengths, I think.
Like, if you took her for when she first started, and she didn't go to AEW, and then she went to NXT and came up kind of like Rhea and kind of like everybody else. Would she be like? How different would she be? Or she's just like kind of got thrown into AEW. They gave her squash after squash after squash after what 12, 20 squashes or how many she'd had. Like, I don't know. Would people be less harsh if she went through the PC instead of just having squash matches in AEW? Again, not my favorite. I just think she's very green, and I wonder if WWE knew how green she really was coming in. But again, you probably spent the money. She has the look. And then again, did they expect Naomi to go off and get pregnant? And they probably would have wanted to keep that trio together. Obviously, they had a great storyline with, Naomi going crazy. Obviously, Bianca got hurt last Mania. Now she's having a baby with Montez. Like, I just feel like they maybe had
her storylines tied to
they had maybe such a vision for her. And then all of a sudden she's no Naomi, no Bianca. And she's just kind of adrift. And it seemed like the locker room doesn't like her. I don't think she's really warmed herself up to anybody. So,
well, yeah, that is like, how do you look back on that? So her title run, D's in front of my future. She only defended the title 3 times.
No, she had the belt.
Well, once actually. So she won the belt, defeated Jordan Grace, and then lost it to Rhea. She won the belt at Saturday Night's Main Event back in January 11th. So what is that? What are we at now? That actually was like a 3-month reign. So much for the 30-day rule.
It's not the only thing when they make it a thing. But yeah, we can just move. I think they should probably take her off TV a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, like not repackage her, but like give her like a little time away, and then like move her to Raw and give her, some other.
I think her and Raquel have a thing.
Or Vicaire. Like Vicaire. Because Vicaire can have a good match.
Didn't Vicaire already beat her? Or did she?
No, I don't think she wrestled Vicaire. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure she has.
What match am I? Was it? Oh, it was Tiff. Sorry, it was. I was like, what was that Saudi Arabia match? It was Tiffy. Sorry.
But Nikki, before we bleed into the main event, John Cena comes out for the second time to announce the attendance because WWE loves announcing the attendance.
They do.
And he's interrupted by The Miz and Kit Wilson.
Do not forget my Kit Wilson.
Yeah, toxic. And ultimately, we get to see Danhausen. And he comes out in, is that a tank?
They said it was a coffin. That's what Michael Cole called
it. A rolling coffin.
It's a rolling coffin.
That makes a lot more sense. I wonder if it's the same coffin that they like. Imagine if they like whittled it,
repurpose something.
yeah, like this was the coffin, and they just turned it in. I love the tires too.
Yeah, it was just
The
the little Housens coming out from the floor, and then doing a weird little dance, and then him
like
coming
the
out.
Oompa Loompas.
Him coming out in a car, and I was like, give me this into my veins.
So I just want to say this as a disabled person, I did not like the use of the word midget. I will say this because I don't like it, and like the proper term from what I've heard is little person, right? Like with wrestling, it's micro wrestling. But Michael Cole was adamant about that this group wanted to be referred to as that. I haven't looked into it. What?
I was just saying, I hope that's the truth. I feel like they wouldn't have said it, or I'm not going to say it here. So we're going to say Little Housens, them coming out, them dancing, him then telling them, let's go. And they all follow him down.
Yeah. Yeah, like as he's driving down. Like
as he's driving down.
I love everybody like that. That just the term. And again, I don't know what was said, what was agreed upon, how, and I'm not like whatever. We move on from that point, but I just want that to be said, like again, PC wise, what we're all about inclusion for everybody. So I don't want anyone to be dismissed by the term and how they were talking. But like the segment itself was hysterical. I love every bit of it, and like
every second.
It played into like the whole bit of Danhausen is the fact that he's like this failed dark character because he's a good bad guy.
Yeah, again, it's like them having him come out like when he had the match on SmackDown. They said he was a neighbor of the Munsters. It's this B horror movie like wannabe bad guy, an evil guy, but he's just like it just brings so much joy to my life. And we're gonna get to the segment more, but like
I had to throw this up.
No, Steven.
But yeah, so this segment
it's my Big Nick energy moment because it just made my heart so happy, and it would be normally a Spanish Fly or the ladder match bits, but it just made my heart happy once he got into the Michael Cole is waving to them like they're children.
Yeah.
He's like, and what Barrett's like, get out of here, you little freaks. And I was like, oh my gosh, so they get into the ring. And then basically, Danhausen's like, oh, I have something to say to you. And then points at John Cena. And John Cena's like, what? And he's like, pardon me. And goes around all the little people. And he's like, big fan. Like, he's a big fan of Hausen. And they shake hands. And then Miz gets upset. And basically, what Kit Wilson pie faces one of them. And then he's like, famous Davis. And then he punches them, where. And then he yells,
in the groin. That's what he said, in the groin.
Then he yells dog pile, and they all jump on Kit Wilson. And it's hysterical. And then he punches the Miz, and then Miz is on the ground, and then he gets the okay from John Cena, and he hits the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Hausen. It was a 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yes. Sorry. Apologies.
Yes.
And then Miz rolls out of the ring, and then all the little people carry him away.
No, they carry him like halfway down the ramp, and then they drop him because that's the whole gimmick. Yeah. They can't do the whole thing.
So because it's like the puff of smoke, and then he runs away. So they hear the puff of smoke, so they all have to scatter. So they dropped the Miz, and then they all crawl to the ring together. And then John Cena is just genuinely tickled pink about it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's what I need. That's again. Everything going on in the world, I just want to laugh sometimes. And Danhausen, the reaction. Everyone had a fucking meltdown when he came out of a box. And now he's like 55,000 people saying you are cursed. Like the turnaround, the 180 that he got.
Yeah.
It just, and then the blimp, it's just like, he's living his best life right now. Like, good for him. I need this again, Matt. Yes, pro wrestling is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be silly. We're seeing, Ed says it best, like people wrestling in their underwear. Like sometimes I feel like we take this too seriously. And again, I love it. I love all this. I see this all the time. Like this is why pro wrestling is the best medium because it can be anything. Exactly. Serious, silly, the techers, the flying, just powerhouses. It can be anything you want it to be. And this just a fun little segment made my little wrestling heart happy.
No. Well put. Well put, Nikki. All right. Well, from something that made you happy to maybe something that
No, from very
disappointed you?
funny to this. This was so serious. Like this, we'll get there, but go on, babe.
Well, Nikki, we have a new world heavyweight champion. You know what you need to do.
Acknowledge me.
Sorry, I only acknowledge my tribal cheese.
Roman Reigns, I think most of the chat too. I should look back, but like predicted against this. Roman Reigns is back on top as the world heavyweight champion for the belt that he shit on, I feel like, a year ago.
He did, yeah. He basically said that you made this belt because you can't beat me.
Hmm.
It was like, we had to make a belt because you never fucking showed up to your job and we wanted to see a title on TV.
So, what are your thoughts on? I mean, first off,
There's too many things to talk. Would you want to talk about the entrance first?
Oh yeah,
CM Punk.
I know, and it made me so upset that he had to lose with that entrance.
I know, coming out to AFI, like me and you like looked at each other like, and then just like the
Ring of Honor is it, for those of you who don't know that just maybe watch just WWE. That's his Ring of Honor theme. His Ring of Honor entrance theme, which is ironic because he used it in AEW for a match with MJF.
Yes, because he came out in the old Ring of Honor gear with the basketball shorts and all that stuff.
And I absolutely just like love it. I actually want him to come. Yeah, it's a great song. Like
great song.
And like it just got me so pumped up when he was at the ring. I'm like, he's got like the jacket. Like they were all the deceased workers for WWE on his jacket. They were honoring.
And then, but I don't.
It was nobody does packages like WWE, like intro packages, hype packages, and like that just set up like the stage for the match in the moment. I was like, oh well, if you did this like 2 weeks ago,
yeah, I know someone will correct me because the three people on its arm were the former WWE or people that worked at WWE that passed away this year. Bo on his chest, I don't think he worked at WWE. I just saw the picture from, I guess they were at the repass and it was like him and Danhausen looking like normal Danhausen. Like, don't think he was a WWE person, but I think a Chicago guy. I could be wrong. I know some of you, but they had that, and then he had obviously the other patch that had Larry. Then he had the Chicago flag. He had a flag for Puerto Rico for AJ, and it was just. And then the back was the tribute to Harley Race, who, trained him a little bit, worked with him a little bit, and like Punk gives him like his flowers every day, so he wouldn't be basically CM Punk without Harley Race. So that was just like he always has such beautiful tribute gear.
Cat saying he was from the Indies.
Oh, okay, I knew someone would know. Thank you, Kat. But again, he always has great gear, always meaningful gear. So, and then like people are like, "Oh, the Punk got his gear, but they're not in New Orleans." It's like then you don't get what he's doing right now. Like it was like very much an homage to Harley Race. Like,
but the match itself, I thought was phenomenal.
Yes, sorry.
Like back and forth, like what you'd expect for a WrestleMania main event, and. Like even just like we saw the hint. I didn't get a shot of it, but like we talked about it on the pre-show, like or the preview show. Like, could Punk turn heel? And we saw the hint of it. Like he takes, which was beautifully done. He takes his tape off, throws his tape at him and the ref just moves. Which when has the ref ever done that? It's so silly, stupid, but it's great. Like that's something new. Like we talk about like different things that happen, like. In wrestling that you haven't seen before. That was something I hadn't seen off the top of my head or remember maybe in recent memory. And to set up the low blow to the GTS, I thought, give me that finish right there because that to me.
It was so early in the match.
Was it?
It was pretty
like
early.
Maybe it should have been at the end. But all right, give me that as the finish wherever you want to put. Like give me another 5 minutes, whatever. But give me the low blow into the GTS as the finish and Punk. Slowly dipping into heel territory because that's what I think we're headed towards, and I don't know because I thought it was a great match, and that would have been with all the lackluster build that we were kind of talking about to the main event. Give me a swerve and a turn, and that would be a nice element. And we all on the show agreed Sunday night like Punk's better heel than he is face, so I want to see that. I don't know. What do you think? And then in general.
I think there was all the little callbacks. Again, the low blows from last year. I guess like Roman calling him an old man, and then the whole kind of story beats of the match is Roman just beating him down, and then Punk just getting back up and back up and back up until he just like I don't want to say out wrestled, but like out cardioed. That, you know, then you can tell he's getting tired. He's swinging crazy and he's not missing. And then the beautiful callback spot that he did on the other two Shield members, but couldn't pull off on Roman. Then he goes into like he collapses and then to his knees, and then, you know, Roman falls into the ropes and it falls on his back, and he's supposed to go hit the GTS, and that's
But he doesn't have the energy.
But he doesn't have the energy, so he collapses, and just like there's such little callbacks and all the cheap shots. Like I love when he was like, "Oh, you're oily," like. Was gross about that. I think the trio woe spot when he's like hanging outside the ring was great. And I everyone's kind of saying in the chat, I loved that this is our first main event on a Sunday night with no stupid interference.
So Andrew put that in the chat.
Yes.
No stupid interference the first time.
It wasn't like
it's a great point. It's a great
1,000
point.
people again with Cody Rhodes. Again, it's poor. I feel like poor Cody. He can't just have a singles match. It's gonna be 7,000 menagerie people coming in and having a whole big thing. I love that they just kept it, you know, like even though they have the history with Heyman, I'm glad Heyman didn't come out or Heyman wasn't with them. It was just two of them that have this animosity. Again, I'm trying to forget about the promo on the Go Home show, but like leading up to it, it's just like two people who don't like each other going at it. And again, after I was upset about it. Obviously, I love CM Punk more than Roman, but Roman being on the post show made me feel better about it.
Yeah. Well, you know, he said, "I'll be here all summer."
I know.
long.
He's like, "Oh,
Kid
that
Rock singing that." What's that?
No, we're not talking about Kid Rock.
I know, but he sings that song.
No, but I'm saying
We
like
can enjoy the song, not the person. We talk about that, separating the artist.
we do, but
I
that's
can
still not a
enjoy-
good song. But him saying, "Oh, this part timer crap, get out of here." He's like, "You're going to be seeing me all summer." I'm like, I don't think we're in the summer yet, but like, I'm hoping now that like, all right, you got.
There is no such thing as spring anymore in the Northeast.
I don't know. I literally had to defrost my car this morning. It was very upsetting to get to work. But no, I think it was a great match. I think it was what it had to be. Again, building off the history that they had. Again, the AFI entrance, chef kiss all day. And then I don't know if you want to get into the post show stuff.
Before we get into that, I mean, I kind of threw in the chat like at a poll: is CM Punk turning heel? And right now, the majority thinks yes. But I think it's an interesting one. What do you think? Yes or no? Is that the post Mania?
See, I don't want to get hung up on the label, and I know how you are. You need
label it. I need to know who to boo.
You need to know who to root and boo. I don't think you really.
You sitting on the fence makes me want to boo.
Because I feel like Punk really doesn't need to change. I'd be real sad when he's like, "Isn't it great to be alive?" and blah 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 on a Monday night or what? Like, I kind of like happier Punk. I get everyone wants him as a heel, but I don't want. And I said this to you last night. I don't want him to come out and do a the you people heel promo. If he can be a heel and do something different, and don't say like, "Oh, you cheered Roman and you didn't cheer me, so now I'm a heel now." Like, you know, I did this for you and you don't appreciate it. If he gives me that promo, I'm going to be like, no. Give me, if you're going to be heel, give me something different.
Straight edge society, like, I'm better than you, CM Punk. You need to be with me.
But
like,
that was him.
I said the vision should have been with CM Punk. But
that's still him shitting on the crowd. I don't want a heel that just shits on the crowd.
No, he's trying to get followers like he always has. I think that's kind of
okay.
You disagree?
Thank you, Kat. I agree. Like everyone's like, he needs to turn. But it's like Cody needs to turn. Punk needs to turn heel. Sami needs to turn heel. Jay also needs to turn heel.
Because it changes their characters.
Like
they talk differently, they interact differently with the whole roster. That's why. If you're a full-fledged heel, if you're a full-fledged face, you interact differently with the whole roster. That's why.
What?
Because
you're a heel, you could interact with the whole roster?
Differently, yes. You interact with everyone differently on the roster based on whether you're a face or a heel. And if you're a tweener, it doesn't make as much sense.
All right,
like
I agree
who
to
your allies
disagree.
are.
I don't know. I don't want to see it. I don't want him to. I don't know.
Not everyone. I agree, Chester. Not everyone. But I'm saying I think there are people that do.
But let me list all the people I want to turn heel.
I say I throw out the theories of could they turn heel, not that I support all of them doing that. That is why we do the show, to debate whether or not that happens and what the good decisions are in our opinions.
No, but I don't know. I personally don't want CM Punk to change.
How do you reflect on CM Punk's title reign overall? Just
I mean, it's
I
not
think
how,
169 days. Is that
it's
right?
like really not how I wanted it to start because of with Seth Rollins getting injured. But I think him being the defending champion on TV every week, having matches, again, him and Finn Bálor was great.
So he defended it 1, 2, 3, 4 times over the course of that. Twice against Bálor.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Breaker was one. Yeah, remember
we thought Braun Breaker was going to win that match. Then
the Raw on Netflix. I think.
Isn't that the match he got injured at, or is that the following week?
I think it was the following week because he was lifting the table.
Yeah, Yep.
And then he had that, which I wanted to defend like with AJ Styles, that dream match with AJ Styles that ended in a DQ that Bálor broke up.
Yeah,
nice.
But again, that's why, like, if Roman can change my mind if he shows up every week and is present. Maybe he doesn't have matches constantly. He should, but like, run back him and Finn Bálor. I know it'd be a match that poor Bálor has to lose again, but like,
not as a demon.
But again, there's so many people, especially like on Raw. I feel like there's I don't want to say dream matches. I think people throw that around way too much. But I feel like there's so many people we haven't seen Roman Reigns wrestle because he's gone for so long, and then he only wrestles, like a main event, like a Brock or a Cody. Like, I want to see him mix it up with different people because I feel like in the past couple of years we really haven't seen like Cody 1,000 times. Like,
yeah.
I think I'd be interested to see him wrestle someone different.
Yeah, sure. So I threw it up in the chat.
Him and Braun Breaker.
Punk turning heel, still majority says yes.
All right.
We'll see. We'll see, Nikki.
Again, I think Matt has a great point about like people are trying to turn Randy heel so hard, and that's not working.
Yeah. But I think I don't know. I think Punk is much better talker, and in the sense that like I Punk could talk you into booing him even though you're appreciative of how good he is.
Joe, you're so true. Like we should all like cheers to that, my friends.
Roman and Brock WrestleMania.
Yeah. Cheers to that, sir. Again, I think their first one was good. Obviously, it ended up even better when Steph won. But I feel like every match after that was just not great. But anywho's. But in the at the post show, basically on Oba's at the post show, basically said he's coming after Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And then Roman Reigns was basically, he's like, you beat Brock. That's a really big thing. He's like, I also like beat him, and it's like maybe you can get through the summer and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So is it from now till maybe the end of July that Oba goes on a tear to get to Roman?
Maybe. Well, Nikki, that'd be a good way to bleed in as we open up phone lines shortly. Just get a quick. I'm letting the phone lines heat up here as we go into our Raw previews. Let's hear from someone who competed on a lot of Raw, former WWE champion Big E.
This is former WWE champion Big E, and you're watching the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
My side table is farther away than.
All right, Nikki. So when we did the show live, they didn't have anything scheduled for Raw, or at least written.
Yeah, usually they have like a this episode of SmackDown or Raw, and it says like this person's gonna do like have a match, or like this person's we're gonna hear from blah. But they don't have anything posted on me.
Yeah. So I'll just throw out a couple quick questions here, and then we'll get to calls and have some fun chatting. Who returns? Do you have a return maybe coming back? Because Paige already came back.
A return? I didn't even think about returns.
I don't know. I always think like there might be a big name out there that's
Yeah, I've been
No
thinking
one's
about
like
more.
last year was Rusev and Aleister Black that returned.
Look what how it did for them.
Aleister Black, I mean, he's not on Mania, but I think.
Well, that's also, I don't know, Kohler coming in to talk about it, but like he was probably supposed to be Pat McAfee. They screwed him out of all that. But
yeah, do you see someone like outside, maybe WWE?
I don't know. KO?
Matt through a KO, yeah.
But would that be?
Sorry, Andrew had a good one. Netflix ads are going to make a return.
Oh Lord, yeah, I'm sure.
What about maybe an NXT debut?
Well, I'm just
like maybe an NXT call up.
Well, to go back to what Matt said, I would want KO to come up on SmackDown because I feel like he's more that storyline than like a Raw. Because now it'd be like Roman Reigns was on SmackDown for so long. But now he's
like this would have been a spot tonight where I thought Braun Breaker returns, but he returned at Mania, so now it's like, I don't know. Well, Paige already returned, Steven. So like, like I guess he's like
Steven's being facetious.
I know it's typical Steven, but yeah, I don't know. But then would someone debut? Like, do we see? I'm gonna get them wrong. Not toxic attraction. Toxic attraction.
Fatal
influence.
Yes.
Do they come up to the main? I could see them. Like I've heard, like people on the show called in and said, "Hey, maybe them with the ladies of Judgment Day having a feud." JC Jane maybe getting called up the main roster.
I see JC coming up by herself and going.
Does Blake Monroe?
That's also the rumor. I don't.
I could see Blake Monroe on Raw. Rhea Ripley's going to SmackDown.
Do you think
there's a shakeup? I could see her on Raw. JC Jane and her group seems a better fit on SmackDown.
Yes, I want her to see her do something with Chelsea. I want, again, maybe give some depth to the U.S. Women's Championship because they're not doing jack with that. Have JC and Julia, JC and Kiana. I think they probably have history from NXT. I see JC SmackDown. I would say Sol Ruka Raw.
Yeah, Sol Ruka, yeah.
Blake, feel like I loved her in AEW, and I feel like they ruined her in WWE.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
It doesn't. No, she dropped it back. No, Tatum has the belt. The Women's North American belt. I believe Tatum has that belt back, so she doesn't have a belt. She could, but I don't know. I don't know if she needs more cooking or maybe coming up again. Sometimes they lose her character altogether. Maybe Blake can come up and be more like Mariah May.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Nikki. Let's transition back here. Get our old school layout going again. It is that time, Nikki. I need you, my little blondie. Hit the snare.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. All right, Nikki, are you ready? We got a new regular on the show. And you know when you're a regular, you get an intro.
Mm-hmm.
Our new friend from If We Had the Pencil. Now, on his show, he's known as Matt. But on this show, depending on what you say, you never know what he's going to say. You might get triggered. So on this show, he's known as...
Well, I got no interest in being a part of your personal growth process. I'm going to take you down. Bang, bang.
Oh my God, it's awesome. Oh,
Shoot the hit, Matt. Tell us how you really feel.
well, as you know, I had to watch the entire WrestleMania yesterday because I was at a concert Saturday night. So yeah, I did the whole. Yeah,
You did the Tony Khan wrestling.
Reese, he killed it, man. But anyway, so after watching it all, definite difference between night one and night two. Good stuff in night one. I like Jacob Drew. I thought Gunther Seth was cool, and then the show kind of fell apart. A lot of interference in night one. Like I think it was 4 or 5 out of the 7 matches had interference. It was like a lot of shenanigans. Night two was like it felt like WrestleMania. Like night one had glimpses of it. Night two felt like a WrestleMania show. It everything worked. And we've been chatting, and I was skeptical about Rhea and Jade, and they worked it really well. That match, Jade looked fantastic, and like you were talking about Rhea countering the that end counter into the from Jaded into the Riptide. That was great stuff. So, but that was the only match that had any shenanigans in it. Everything else was just whoever was in the match worked it. Every match was great. The Oba Brock stuff, man. Someone was cutting onions in my house when Brock started taking off the shoes. That was perfectly done.
And I said this earlier in the show, like if it was just night one or night two, sorry, that you saw, and it was just one night of WrestleMania, I think everyone's perspective on the whole weekend and everything would have been completely different.
I think since they went to the 2-night format for WrestleMania, night two might have been the best single night since they've gone to that format.
Yeah, I wish it was a little like some of the entrances. I wish it were like the Demon would have been great at like a little bit later in the night and stuff like that.
But it's West Coast show. That's what's going to happen. So, I liked it. And then you know how Sean and I feel about the Roman Punk situation. Man, that was incredible. Like both guys. I mean, we're sitting there. The first 10 minutes were a little painful, and then. We're sitting like, hey, when are they going to get it out of first gear? And I'm like, they're stuck in 4 low. And I think it was about 11 minutes in, they started picking it up. And once they hit that third gear at the end, I mean, it was a great wrestling match. And it told a great story. And then the post show was so important because now we got Oba challenging Roman. So I think that's going to be your SummerSlam main event. And then Roman making the full time, I'm going to be here all the time. We'll see. But I think night one pissed people off. I think night two kind of brought people out of it and feeling good when the show ended. And I liked that the show was quick. It was good. It flowed really well.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like it was Nikki and I were talking about it too. I was like, oh man, like I'm up through the whole show. Like it was only 3. It was a quick, but it was seamless. And like that's why there's a fine line between the 2-hour 15-minute shows and the like 4 5-6 hour marathons. And this was kind of a nicely paced show, and like I had a little bit of entertainment in between, like the Danhausen segments, right, that just took you on a ride. Like that, it's like a concert. That's kind of what I want to see.
Yes. No, it was night two was just I felt more like a fan, I mean, I'm a fan anyway, but like I felt like a 15, 16, 17-year-old fan watching it, like with my buddies. And night one did not give me that feel. Like there was some fun stuff, but I don't want to get deep into night one because that's a podcast itself.
Yeah,
that it is. But what do you got? What thoughts do you have for tonight? Anybody coming out or anything?
Well, I thought KO would be a nice surprise, just because there's been some chatter that KO and Seth have this thing where when KO comes back, they would love to work together. And I think that KO with Seth going up against the Vision would just it would be super entertaining television.
Oh,
But
you take
also,
it together that way, like as a tag team versus.
yeah, and maybe
Interesting.
get one more. Maybe somehow it's time for Drew to get off SmackDown, and then you get those three, and they can fight against Braun and Paul and whoever Paul throws, Paul Heyman throws in front of him. But honestly, after hearing you talk too, I think it's doubly important that you stop bringing up call-ups. I was listening to a little bit of Busted Open and show reviews, and like Bully Ray and Mark Henry are saying, like, why don't doubt bringing these kids up? If you think they're ready, I mean, you could have doubted Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Oba Femi, and they're proving everybody wrong. So, you know what? As long as creative has a good story for them, bring them up. Just don't bring them up to give them time, and then there's nothing substantive for them to do. But they got a story in the spot, like put them in there. Especially, I think the women's division. Our women's division needs a little more depth. A little thin in spots. So I think the men's roster is good. So maybe you see one male come up, but I would definitely pull 2 or 3 of the ladies up because strength in numbers.
Yeah, like Paige or Saints, I see on the men's side.
And also, Joe Hendry was in the armbar. I don't know if Joe Hendry's coming up. We have All Ego, who I would love to see, and then Ricky. So
yeah, no, it would be good. Matt, pleasure as always.
Great.
Your last shot. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Just go to all your YouTube, TikTok, and all that. If we had the pencil, we're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But again, it's always nice to come visit with my friends and talk. And big show tonight. I think we're going to have some fun tonight. I heard Brock and Roman are confirmed for tonight, so we'll see.
Here we go. So I guess maybe Brock's not done just yet. So we'll see. Matt, great stuff.
Sir.
Take care.
Pleasure, as always. One more time for Trigger.
Well, I got no interest in being a part of your personal growth process. I'm going to take you down. Bang, bang.
Video, Nick has to have someone dancing.
Yeah.
Every video has someone dancing.
You got to join the party. Unbelievable. Get with the party.
I guess so.
That's the cowboy shooting from the hip.
Okay.
Unbelievable. At least that's what Google came up with.
Okay, but I'm just saying you have a signature. Everyone's gonna have a dancing person. And wasn't there a debate?
I need to update people's intros for the regulars because I got some really good ideas. Because we're beating our heart for the next one, but I also think we could do a little,
add a little open,
a little bit like that.
Happy hello. Happy Monday after Mania. Whatever that is, whatever this weekend was.
Oh, what are you drinking over there? Oh, you
this
put it down there.
This is actually the end of my was it Quiet Gentleman bottle of Irish whiskey. And Nick, yeah. Well, Nick, the real irony is, if you need anyone to shoot from the hip, I'm right here.
Here for it.
So, Brock, thanks. No thanks. Don't let the chair shot hit you where the good Lord split you. Well done, Oba. Thank you for that, and thank you, Brock. Genuinely, thank you for finally putting over a newer talent. What, did he just say that? Yes, he did.
He's looking at you condescendingly right now.
The good news is I'm not going to see Roman and Brock WrestleMania 5000 ever again. Super thrilled with Rhea. Love that. Jade, I know everyone's shitting on Jade. I get that. But if we can put up with Nia hurting people on a consistent basis, I think we can put up with Jade just a little bit more. Little slack. A little bit.
So you're
no
just Joho's not jaded just yet, Aerosmith.
Oh no, I'm jaded, but totally different reasons.
Jaded.
and more cynical than anything. What else? I got Mrs. Joho over here just smirking and shaking her head. What else? Ladder match was okay. Yeah, it was a ladder match. I didn't think anything spectacular of it. Like, it was good. That's it.
You're weird.
I am. Yes, you married me. You know what you get with this.
Unbelievable, this guy. You are so modest, Joho.
What's up?
You're so modest.
Yeah. Yes. So in 2013, Nick, when did you guys start dating, the two of you?
Not in 2013.
2018.
2018. Okay. So Nick, myself, and Lisa were at the very first WrestleMania of Roman Reigns. That was 2013 at MetLife Stadium. We were in that crowd. I was pissed because I had the pole cutting off half of the ring. I'm still not over that.
He was there. I'm remembering. Yeah, the Shield, because the Shield, they had.
It was there.
Access,
it was. So let's do some quick math. Okay, and so. Yeah, so was it Reese? I actually watched a guy get up and leave directly after that match simply because Punk won. Like, he got up and stormed out. He was furious. I still vividly remember that. But, okay. 2013 was his debut. It is now 2026. We're 13 years on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're telling me that Roman has main evented the most WrestleManias ever at 11. So that means out of 11 out of the last 13 years, this man has main evented WrestleMania. Is there no one else on the roster? Because that is about 85 to 86% of the last WrestleManias.
To be fair, I mean, you want to use, like Gunther said, he like 90% of the time he's been in WWE, he's been champion, but he hasn't been there near as long.
And he's won the title 7 times. So let's just say I don't recall, Steven, you can correct me, or Reese, who's got those stats. Let's just say all 7 of those title wins were at WrestleMania. That is 58% of the time he's main eventing, he's won. Why am I watching if that stuff's going to happen? If those kind of numbers, it's the same guy over and over again for over a decade, winning with a 50-50 shot of winning the title. Why? Who cares? Why am I watching?
You're
in the 40%, that the minority that he loses.
People, he gets cheered. He gets cheered.
And that's
we don't get it, but the crowd goes.
And that's the fickleness. Yeah, that's the fickleness of this, Nick. That actually goes to the point of good guy, bad guy, heel, babyface. It doesn't matter. That clear-cut line of good guy, bad guy is not as clear-cut as it used to be. We will boo the babyface and cheer the heel. We've all done it.
If they're justified, but then I would argue that they're not necessarily heel if they're justified in their action.
So then you don't think Drew's a heel?
Drew got a bad rap. I think Drew deserves to be a babyface because he got screwed over a million times this whole
Reese, this is controversy. This is Nick changing the rules again of what's a heel, what's a face. Oh, it's justified. If he's a justified heel, then he's not a heel.
Drew is just Scottish.
That's not a heel then. It's okay.
I don't think that's what you want.
We're not gonna go over kayfabe and the definition of heel and babyface on this podcast because I think we all know it. But
we will not, because I will have you.
Yeah. And since I'm throwing out stats, 4 minutes and 46 seconds. That's how long the Brock and Oba match was.
That's what it needs to be.
Yeah, but okay, that's fair. At the same time, Did we not say on this very podcast, myself in the chat, not live, but you guys on air, basically said, we don't want this to be a squash match? Guess what it was? The squash match.
Is there a difference between, because to me, squash is like one move and done. Like he took some Germans, he knocked right. I feel like there was more there was an actual back and forth.
But Oba looked super like
it wasn't like he came in, did one fall of grace, Brock was done.
Nikki, sweetheart, you know I love you to death, but Brock's entire offensive repertoire is the F5 and a German suplex. If you're telling me that's what he just pulled, and that's all he did throughout a 5-minute match, guess what? That's a squash match.
The Germans had more effect than the F5. I would argue that the actual Germans made him live.
I can see in my periphery that Mrs. Joho is just she's getting antsy and ready to jump over here and maybe jab that knife into my jugular.
No, I think I don't know. I get what you're saying. I do.
Come here, honey. Come here. That's
Yo, baby face. Hello, love.
Yeah.
Hi. We said it's on the right side of a squash match. Maybe like it was a squash, but it wasn't like a 30-second one move squash. But at least there was something more to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we can argue semantics.
It was a Hulk Hogan match, basically.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. So in the post show, Roman said, I'm going to be full time. I'm going to be here all summer. Working 1/4 of the year isn't full time, numbnuts.
It's full time for part of the year.
Exactly.
That's like, oh my gosh. There's these memes that I always see, like these stick figure videos of like, it's like people at work, it's like, I'll give 2 weeks, and it's like, but why? Like that's how I feel. I'm working part time. Yeah. Well, technically, I'm working full time for 1/4 of the year.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous because at this point they either think that the rest of the roster is such shit, or the nepotism from his cousin on the board is way too strong.
I feel like it's a little column A, little column B, because Triple H said like they don't have a backup plan. Like if Cody, fell off the stage and broke his leg on Friday, like there's no backup plan. But that's on
Whose
you.
fault's that?
His.
But
push your children, push the babies, bring up your young kids. Give me some Ethan Page, give me some Ricky Saints. Like again, both night main events, they're all in their 40s.
That's the problem I had with the main events for WrestleMania, was the fact that it's old generation versus old generation. Okay, Cody Rhodes is not exactly that old, but compared to everybody else, old generation versus old generation, and even Roman and Punk, old generation versus old generation. Where are the new people in the main events? Like it was great.
Well, I would argue that Brock match, I guess, was the young. I mean, it was mostly the mid card.
Yeah, but again, with the ladder match, Yvonne that was 21, but then he had Rey Mysterio that's in there that's 50. Like you didn't need Rey there.
No, Rey did not. When they said that Rey was going to be part of the ladder match, I literally was like, "Are you flipping kidding me? Like, why? Why does he need to be part of the match?"
Yeah.
So
a whole bunch of that could have been in it.
So the other meme that I saw was that Paige coming back. Obviously, I love Paige. She took an 8-year hiatus. She's still younger than some of the other current roster.
Yeah.
Who's in their late. I'm not one to talk because I just hit 40, but Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I'm actually curious on both of your opinions on this.
Oh, God. You asked for this.
You mentioned Paige, because who did you have a bigger, like, to you, what's a bigger return to both of you, Paige or AJ Lee?
AJ. Wow. I love Paige, but AJ was my girl back then, and she's still my girl. She's a Jersey girl.
Yeah. Look, it was Punk recently said on an interview, because I was watching a ton of interviews on YouTube leading up to this weekend and then some during the weekend, where Punk basically said he called AJ and said, look, this place is different than what it was all those years ago. And then, but I can't tell you that. You have to experience it for yourself. So that's when AJ came back. AJ basically did the same thing for Paige.
Mm-hmm.
It's different now, but we understand that you may not, you've got some trepidations, you're a little reluctant. Come see it for yourself. Hence, last night's return. Yeah.
Again, she's younger than Becky. She's younger than Bailey. She's younger than Charlotte.
Mhm.
She's younger than Maya.
Yep.
Younger than the Bellas.
Yeah.
I know.
I think she's gonna get another run.
I want to see her back. I'm just glad, like, I said this yesterday. I'm glad she's healthy. Like, she was such in a dark place when she left WWE in the first place. Again, like, her and Del Rio is not a good place for her. And again, she's been sober for how long? And it's just like, I want to see her go on a tear. I don't think they'll have the tag belts very long, but give her, like, either maybe the world or maybe the NXT, give her something. And I said that, like, AJ, we haven't seen wrestle anybody but Becky and then went off Bailey match. I want Paige to actually wrestle people. I want to see that back.
Which, by the way, Ronnie, how the hell did you foobar that with Paige? I digress. Don't answer that. Anyway,
what else you got?
I think that's it from the Johos. You got anything back?
Baby face.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Your faces.
I don't know. I could go with the Joho being the heel. And Lisa being a baby face. I could be.
I think Lisa's our baby face. Lisa, you're my baby face. I love you, lady. Miss your face. We have to do something soon.
You know, Lisa
he's a real ring-a-ding-dong dandy. Thanks, guys.
Both ring-a-ding-dong. I can't.
Don't
say that 3 times fast.
I can't. You have a speech impediment. Not gonna happen.
Drinking.
I feel like you're more in the bag than I am. Usually, I'm like the drunk one.
Oh no, it's WrestleMania weekend. We're closing up WrestleMania. We're having a blast. So, Nikki,
yeah,
weather's starting to turn.
Oh no, batten
down the hatches. Let's go. Bringing a storm coming. Little bit of Reese lightning.
We
just danced the whole time during the intermission. This is why we're
that was pretty choreographed.
Listen. We see. I like to think that we outperformed Liv Morgan this weekend. We not only did the performance to the ring, then during and intermission, and then we finished strong.
Did you just compare yourself to Liv Morgan?
Yeah, she was.
And this big ass Dakota pile all
she
over
was
again.
Doing a Hurricane Rana to that male dancer on the stage, and just like did all that, and then had a match, and she did all right in the match. And then, like, yeah, I think we outperformed that.
I think we lost Nick.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make a comparison here. You can all right, disagree all you want.
Anywho, hi Reese. How are you?
I'm not sure how you can make such a comparison. She has nice legs.
How dare you? I have the most. You just can't see them because they're not on a screen.
Rattling your cage is so easy.
Unbelievable. I have the most amazing legs on this planet.
You should take. You should take Nikki's cross tattoo, start praying, and say, "Reese, uncurse me."
Unbelievable.
It's not gonna work.
You know, like
no, well,
Bully Ray was Calfzilla. I'm like Legzilla.
Oh,
No.
don't bring up Bully Ray's calves.
I don't want to talk about this guy.
It's
But I'm
better
just
than
saying.
the foot that Steven pointed out at the Liv Morgan dance.
Oh, were you around for that, Reese?
I was watching that shit, and God Almighty, that was horrible.
When Liv is in the stands and she
Wait.
does the turn that you have in our intro, and then Steven's just like, "Do you see that weird foot in the background?" It's like, Steven, I'm pretty sure everyone's looking at Liv Morgan, and you're looking at the weird feet behind.
Steven,
Defend yourself there.
I mean, everyone's got to look somewhere.
Yowie wowie!
Koozies, what are you thinking? What are you drinking? How's your Pepsi over there? Or is it
I'm
Coke?
thinking-
Oh no.
No, it's no Coke.
Right.
Right.
Damn, no, there's two of them. You've got Pepsi and Coke. Well, technically, there's Dr. Pepper as well, so you've got 3. But I'm a normal person. I drink Pepsi Max.
That's what it was.
It was Pepsi, so I got the brand right. I win.
Yeah, I'm the real Pepsi man. Unlike Pepsi Phil, I'm the real Pepsi man.
Pepsi Reese.
And my ego and my body are not fragile. Well, my back is, but nobody knows that, right?
Pepsi Reese. I like the idea of calling it WrestleMania.
I wondered when that would reappear.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what's new. I mean, looking good. Pretty much everything everyone said tonight has been reasonably accurate. I mean, in my opinion, I still think Mania as a whole was a fucking clusterfuck. But
wait, you say reasonably or reasonably? Were the two different things?
Please backhand him for that. That was horrible.
I really.
That was horrible.
I can't take more buzz to you. Like, I have to be the drunk one in this situation because me
Yes.
sober,
I
you
had
know,
one
I
beer.
can't handle you.
I drank a beer.
I'm wondering.
I drank another beer.
You wonder why she shows up to my production meetings because that was shockingly bad.
Whatever, mine are more fun. Mine had alcohol.
I bring alcohol things too.
I am definitely not normal. That is true, and I'm so proud of it.
I provide alcohol at ours. Unbelievable.
Oh,
Supply and demand.
See this?
People are going 420 and you're going 420 wheeling.
Well, look at this, prima donna.
There's one for you. There's a good one for you. You can use it anytime.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
Anyway, what do you think, Reese?
Like I said, Mania as a whole, I genuinely thought it was a complete clusterfuck. But people are gonna go, okay, was it gonna say that's positive? Because again, people said try and find something positive. So I will. I did find something positive from the weekend. I slept for the whole of night 2, watched the main event, and thought, Jesus Christ, this was horrible. So there's a positive. I slept.
Not. I'm glad you.
But no, I will admit, I did say there would be a Penta ladder destroyer. I called
did.
that. And
Yes.
it was to the person that should have happened to anyway. So goodbye, Irishman.
You called that spot, right? What?
Mhm.
So let's talk about this. Is actually a fun one for you because you're definitely an in-ring guy. Through and
Obviously.
through. What is
That's just what I am.
If you have a moment of the night, like what's your in-ring, like Big Nick? We have Big Nick energy. What would be your equivalent of Big Nick energy night 2?
Ooh. There's 3 actually. Well, there's 3 contenders. So one absolutely is the ladder destroyer. 2 is Brock's X spot in the middle of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one, honestly, the third one is CM Punk coughing up blood. So I was like, right now, just keep hitting that bugger even more.
Just want to see you
Like,
bleed, man.
just go for it. But I will say, like, I'm gonna say right now, and I know for a fact this is gonna wind up someone in the chat. And to be fair, it's always good, babyface heel. So here's one just for Joho. Brock Lesnar was the star of the whole weekend.
Ooh,
There's one just for you.
Lisa, grab him.
Lisa, call back in quick. Attack.
No.
And I'll tell you why. I'll actually tell you why. Because not only is he now officially a top 5 WWE all-timer, top 5, you could make arguments for top 3, but that depends on if you're pushing 2 people, in my opinion, out the door, and that's not happening. So he can stay behind Macho Man. He can be in 4th position. Brock can be in 4th position. 5th place, I don't care. But reason...
Wait, just pause for a second. Because this is something you just... Because when you say that, like... Because I said this to Nikki last night, and I was like, Brock Lesnar would have been John Cena if he didn't leave.
Oh,
I think
without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, like, I don't know if he would have had the charisma Cena has with, like, all the rapping and stuff like that, but I think he 100% would have been John Cena if he didn't leave.
I think this is what would have happened. Brock doesn't leave. Bring your candy ass over. If you're being really honest, I think 5 things happen if Brock doesn't leave in 2004. Triple H is not a 15-time world champion. He doesn't even get past 10. He doesn't get past 10. 2, John Cena doesn't even make past 5 world title reigns. 3, Jeff Hardy doesn't become a WWE champion. 4, CM Punk doesn't leave in 2014. And 5, you get a Styles WWE title reign a lot sooner.
Why do you think Punk doesn't leave? But does Punk get anything sort of like if I don't know if Cena's gets anything sort of the push that he got, but like do wrestlers like Punk, like some of the smaller wrestlers even get the moments like Ed always calls it like wrestling what ifs. Like that is kind of what if. Like if Brock Lesnar stayed, the trajectory of WWE would be very, very different, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I also think as well that Kurt Angle might not leave either. But again, I'm not saying that because I still want the TNA Kurt Angle. But in essence, I actually think the reason why I've said all those things is because it's about who you draw in. And yes, he doesn't like people. He's admittedly said this, but he still attracts people to him. And he still has that enamorment. I also think he would have ended the streak a lot sooner.
Ugh.
Sorry, folks, but reality hurts like a bitch.
We don't get Undertaker, Shawn, those 2 good matches.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would have ended it the year after that, like the Ultimate Shock. Instead of the boring Triple H duo matches. Sorry, Nikki. I would have had Mania 27 in Atlanta. I would have had Lesnar, Taker, no holds barred, boom, it's done. And then Mania 28, Goldberg retires Lesnar. For pure shits and giggles. Pure shits and giggles in 2012, But hey, I bring chaos. It's why I do. I bring chaos.
Or a little chaos.
I know.
It's fine.
A little chaos goblin. What else you got, Reese?
I know a lot of people are not gonna like this one, but out of all the decisions they got wrong on night 2, both title changes they got horribly wrong. Like I actually think Rhea should. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's controversially. I don't like Jade Cargill, but she should not have lost to Rhea Ripley. I don't think there's any point, and the reason why is because she's still involved in a storyline with the Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky. Now you're putting the belt on her. Now what? Are you just going to abruptly end that storyline tonight on Raw and then end it? Because there's elements where you can't do it. Is she now going to SmackDown? Like, are you going to take the whole thing with you? It doesn't make any sense.
Actually, let's dive into that for a second. Just because I actually think that they could follow, because after WrestleMania, they talked about the draft last year that never happened. So there's always this like reset and roster influx period. So they could follow her through SmackDown, carry that rivalry over to SmackDown with Asuka, Io, and.
But does that move you? As a genuine question, does that move you? The fact that because I'm going to use one storyline that went on for so long and everybody literally was wanting to punch themselves to sleep. Do you really want this to be the equivalent of the MFTs versus the Wyatt Dicks? I don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to end up like that. But they'll continuously carry it on for so long, and then they will not end it.
I don't think so.
For me, personally, it should have ended like this.
No, for this reason alone. There's more on. Like, think about this. If they keep Julia on SmackDown, especially, all the the history potentially, right? Like before, like I think you have Asuka who can challenge Rhea for at least one match, right? For the belt.
Interesting choice.
You have the Io storyline, who Io's your best friend, but she's never pinned Io, so that could be another match. So that's 3 months right there. You also have Julia, and then you can drop Asuka and potentially Kyrie, which still hasn't fully happened yet. down to the mid card where you have the US title and also Julia in that picture. So you can spread out this feud throughout SmackDown using Rhea as the catalyst to do that.
I just think they should have waited. Like, in essence, I get, like, you're going with the better worker. Like, I get that. Like, so I'm not against that at all. Like, I'm more of the worker than the superstar who doesn't actually know how to wrestle. Like, I completely get that in terms of going with Rhea. But the reason why I would have stuck with Jade Cargill is because I actually look at the roster in general on SmackDown, and there's other opportunities there that would have made a lot more enjoyment, at least from my sense. That's why I think it's wrong. But now you've got Rhea on top. We all agreed last time that we spoke, Rhea's last title reign was absolutely shocking. How are you going to make it better this time? Like, how can you? Because it's going to be more or less the same opponents. Is she going to magically cast a magic wand and then make them more exciting? Like there's.
But why is it the same?
There's abjects to that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to find a level of what can they do differently this time, because she's beaten everybody.
Well, there's different opponents already on SmackDown, right? You still have people that she hasn't really. I mean, you could bring back Chelsea Green, a healthy Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace has anyone they call up. If Fatal Influence talks, whatever they call up Jason G, that could be another feud that they can have. There is depth in the roster on SmackDown for her, including bringing over the Kabuki Warriors and that feud that could transition this over for the next 3 to 4 months while you build up Julia, whoever you want in the mid card, Chelsea Green as a legitimate contender for the world title. Like, tell me you wouldn't pop for Chelsea Green SummerSlam, you know, the Secret Harvest, she wins the belt at SummerSlam. A healthy Chelsea Green wins this belt off Rhea at SummerSlam.
I wanted Chelsea Green to win the title at SummerSlam from Jade.
I think the problem is we're forgetting the Jade had that belt because they thought Bianca was going to be healthy.
Yeah, and then Michael, and then obviously Montez Ford then hit a frog splash and hit the goal.
You know, Dawkins tweeted out they both have a weak pullout game.
Yeah, I saw that. That made me laugh. I admit that made me laugh.
So I feel like they had these play again. I feel like with Naomi getting pregnant now, Bianca getting pregnant, like they like Jade's gonna.
Yeah.
Again, what they envisioned for her is not going to happen.
Yep.
Then might as well have the other big fattest bitch that can stand up to Jade to take the belt off her. And
I mean,
then,
that, to be fair, is a fair point. I'll concede that it's a fair point. I just think when I look at it, there's some things where I'm like, it doesn't have to be like this. But if they make it reasonable, then
that plays out. So it's like, all right, well, let's go back to sort of tried and true Rhea.
Reese, you got anybody coming up or returning tonight?
I know they like to do returns and debuts, which is completely fine. I actually hope they don't bring anyone back or have a debut. And the reason why is because I think they need to try and get this current roster sharper as it is. I feel like the rosters just need to integrate a bit more. They need to switch brands, have a refresh. I think if you just bring up new talent straight away, that roster can regroup, restructure itself. I would actually wait until after SummerSlam, or I would actually wait until after next year's Saudi Mania, because again, people are going to be stuck in Saudi anyway. So you can actually use talent on mind you, the following Raw will probably be in Saudi anyway, so I won't know because I won't be watching. But you could actually use it in some ways. The way they're trying to look at this, I would actually wait a while. I think the current rosters they lost a lot of their so-called heavy hitters due to bad injuries. They should allow them some time to resettle and then regroup, and then you can start to bring up some other talents and see where it goes. But I think right now I would actually leave the rosters without any new call-ups. I'm going to be 100% wrong though, guaranteed. But
so who do you think's coming up tonight? Gun to your head.
Sol Ruka, hopefully Ethan Page, because he's the only man on that roster that's got talent. and unfortunately, against my will, the less talented member of Toxic Attraction, it will be JC Jane. And that's probably going to be it. Zarya, I highly doubt it because she's called Zarya when she should be called Delta, and I absolutely hate
It's
that.
more seasoning on the NXT.
I don't think it's seasoning. I think they need to let her be the heel that she should have came in as. This big, dominant, destructive, and then all of a sudden, then she became like
She should
Ruse's,
challenge
like,
Jordan Grace.
Instagram
Her and
buddy.
Jordan Grace should be the female Jordan Grace, like the heel version of
The female Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is the female Jordan Grace.
No, the heel version. Not the female.
You said female version.
To be fair, she's tried that as a heel and it didn't work. Like Jordan Grace's character, she tried that, the Juggernaut, big whatever she had to call herself, Big Mama Pump, as a heel, and it failed spectacularly. But I don't know. I don't think you can do it.
Character, different person,
Like-
it might work. You know?
I feel like Zarya needs to kind of go on like just a kind of squash brigade. Like you need to build her
I
up.
agree.
Like her coming in.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. At least there is one good thing, though, actually. I forgot there is one positive. That walking gingerbread man actually lost at Mania.
Yep.
I guess he got... I guess he just wasn't strong enough for Lord Farquaad.
Fair enough. Reese, touche. Last shot.
Last shot. Do like, share, and subscribe. Yes, I'm ADHD official. That one, as Lisa's asked, yes, I am. And 100% I'm not normal. But hey, my new intro dropped. So go and check it if you got a chance. And I'll be 100% reviewing Clusterfuck 1, slightly not Clusterfuck 2, and then Raw after Mania tomorrow. So that'll be me. But please do subscribe to these guys. Please do. Otherwise, you're a dick.
Fair enough. Reese.
Love you, babe.
Take care. Well put. Well put by Reese.
I know. Go to check Reese's stuff out tomorrow. That's gonna be real good.
We got...
Love just if you're ready to see Reese shit on a bunch of stuff.
I know. Get ready.
Show for
Get
you.
ready.
Love you, Reese.
Yeah. Hey, you got a friend in Lisa. Well, you always got a friend in Lisa. Welcome to the club. Yeah. ADHD's everywhere. But hold on. I got a couple before we get to our last call for night. Your co-host was like, "Oh, you got your baby trick."
Oh yeah, because I went on a rant about, I say it on both podcasts, so at least I live my gimmick and consistent. Like again, your new kids. Let's push the new kids. And again, Kat, you had me so scared because you were just like, "Oh, Sami," and I was like, "Oh," so I can at least say one of the babies won.
Fair enough. Doesn't watch a lot of wrestling, but wants our input because he loves fantasy. Steve wants to know when the fantasy wrestling draft is. Who won? Mikey won. Magic Mikey was the champion in the Biconic, the BCP. Although he had a whole draft team, so it's debatable.
Was it
scouting
me
department.
They
marketing. They were doing a whole thing over there.
Wasn't it me who was like undefeated, and then I'm like dramatically lost to Mikey, and Mikey was just like,
No. You lost to Murdoch. Murdoch took you down,
or
because you didn't score. You scored negatively that week.
Yes. I was on a tear, and then like at the final four, I think I died.
Yeah. I know. Braun Breaker was your MVP all the way.
I know, because I'm excited to see him back. I'm hoping, again, healthy. Again, I blame the camera angle on that first spear, but if he's good to go, I'm excited for it.
But by the way, fantasy wrestling, as Steve asked, is coming back in September for the football season. So
yes,
we got a lot coming at you. We got a few more games coming up in the coming weeks, months.
Oh yeah, this is
as the season rolls on, we try and make it thematic.
Nick's got.
That's no Reese. There's the top decree. The top pick got stolen. No,
he
had the top pick.
No, but I picked who he would have picked.
Yeah, that's how the draft works.
I don't think
if you don't have
anyone
the number one pick, you don't get to pick the guy who's the number one pick.
I don't think people thought I was going to pick him, and I think that's the thing. But he was beering bitches left and right back then.
All right, Nikki. We got a few more callers, last call, but we're talking about WrestleMania. Let's hear from someone who was there. Friend of the show, AJ. AJ, what's going on?
What's up, brother? I'm still hurting from that red-eye flight, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, my God.
Gosh. Dude, AJ, I was dying because, of course, like you always, I don't know if you see that or just people find you, but Sid Justice, his whole family, right? Sid, Psycho Sid, were all around you. Were you sitting near them, or like, I saw?
I think you know this. Tito Santana's daughter is my partner out in Vegas.
Mhm.
So we had some pretty good seats. Actually, we didn't get them from her. We got them from a buddy of mine from Caesars, and we were like a couple sections over. And the family section, it's kind of like a lot of people only stay for like the 1 or 2 match that their family's in and kind of leaves.
Mm.
So those 2 rows opened up, and we had such a great time with them. Day 1 that they're like, you got to sit with us day 2. We had a blast with them. It was great hanging out with them. It was great. The 2 brothers, the 2 sons were fantastic. The manager set is great. You know, the wives, the grandkids. It was just a really, really good time. You know, especially since we're big Sid Vicious fans. We're great big Demolition fans, big Bad News Brown fans. So getting to spend time and then, you know, having my partner whose dad's in the Hall of Fame hang with them too and talk and stuff was pretty cool.
What was the, you're there the whole week. What was the environment like? You know, the crowd, like, because there's times where we were like, oh, well, I don't know if the pop's big for this person or not person. Like,
It was a weird setup. I mean, I will tell you this: it was the easiest WrestleMania to get in and out of. Like New Orleans is my favorite because you could move pretty easily. You get from Bourbon Street there, but Dallas, some of these other ones, San Francisco, I should say San Jose, where the Niners Stadium is. There's such pain in the necks to get out of the stadium. This stadium was simple. You were out of there in a couple minutes. It was very easy. But as far as the environment inside, it was pretty cool because the way it's set up, the wrestlers were leaving in golf carts and passing you. So if you're on the floor, they had you like the security putting you to one side and having these guys come by. So like seeing them after the matches, seeing those little midget guys run around through the crowd was absolutely hilarious. It was one of the funniest things I had ever seen, to be honest.
I know how over.
I was trying to go use the bathroom, and then like 15 of these guys ran up past me.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, how over was that segment? Because like
it was pretty cool. People were like, kind of like, "What the heck is this stuff?" But like, it was entertaining. I thought it was really entertaining. It was kind of like, strange but really funny. So I really enjoyed it. That and my favorite. Honestly, I never was a big entrance guy where I cared what people's entrances were. The best entrance was Trick Williams. That was 75 yards, that coat, and I had to look 30 times to make sure my eyes weren't lying to me. And I was like, that was really creative. And honestly, I didn't really have a favorite wrestler since the guys I've been buddies with have retired. But he's my new favorite guy, 100%.
He's like more than anybody that's been called Oba was there, and like comparatively, what's the reaction for Oba versus Trick? Like, is Trick that much more over than Oba, or like how do you?
Yes, Trick had the loudest ovation. It honestly reminded me of I was at the Raw when Fandango became big after Mania, and it was like that same kind. Every person in. And it sounds like he's saying "fuck that shit," but it's not what he's saying. But that's what it sounds like, and it was just every person in unison was yelling together. It was like that Fandango thing when everybody was dancing. That's what it kind of reminded me of. It was pretty cool.
Because we thought that was Pop of the Night, so thank you for confirming that. Trick definitely had that reaction.
If they don't make him if he doesn't become a big star. They're crazy. He should be champion one day. He's really entertaining. Everyone loved him. He beat a really good guy yesterday who's been around for a long time. It was really definitely a great part of the show.
AJ, any other takeaways that you got on the night of the Roman winning?
I mean, I like when old people come back. So I shouldn't say old; they're younger than me, but I like the Bella twins and Paige, just seeing them.
Yeah.
I was happy with most of the results of the matches. I was never really a CM Punk guy, so I was happy that he lost. I mean, Cody and Roman Reigns is probably the first time a main event where I really liked both guys, and I mean, gun to my head, I guess I'd say I wanted Cody to win. We leave and go across the street. for a beer, and we're literally sitting with his aunt, Ace Cowboy Bob Orton's sister. So it
Oh,
was
yeah,
pretty cool
yeah.
to get her perspective. She's like, "Yeah, I just walked right out and started playing this poker machine. I knew it was going to happen." But she was like, she thought that he should win. But it was pretty cool talking with her. It was like a unique take, you know.
Were people like we were just like confused because there were so many, like the main event of night one was so like convoluted in the sense it's like, all right, do you want Randy to be the heel and like standing tall, or do you want Cody standing tall? It was so like, were people just like confused exiting the arena, like what the fuck's going on?
I mean, it was pretty even. People cheering for the thing, you know. It was like the Cody and Roman chants were back and forth. It was pretty even. You know, we had a good time with both sides of it, playing along with it. You know, my buddy Alex and the manager, Sid Vicious's kid, were cheering for Roman, and I was cheering for Cody. So we were having a really good time with them. You know.
Yeah, I again, like we said this a couple weeks ago on the show. I was so disappointed that Sid didn't get an induction because it was long overdue. So.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I got from it, like, the one thing that really bothered me was the lack of, like, there was, like, everything was about, you know, McMahon and, like, Dennis Rodman, and I'm like, dude, like, I was so excited that 3 guys from my childhood, Bad News Brown, Demolition, and Sid Vicious, I could not wait. I have shirts from the most random Hall of Famers, Tatsumi Fujinami. Like, I was just looking at that shirt the other day. I bought like 15 years ago when he went in the Hall of Fame. Like, I wanted a Bad News Brown Hall of Fame shirt. I wanted a Sid Vicious Hall of Fame shirt. Luckily, I came home with a Demolition one. But as I'm looking for this, and I was like, kind of like making fun of my partner's son, being like, "Yo, why couldn't you find me those shirts?" I see Bad News Brown's daughter post that there was nothing for her dad, and Sid Vicious's kids did the same thing. And Sid's kid, if you look at it, look at Gunnar Udi's posts about it. And I mean, we were actually in his live video the last couple of days. Well, like, I talked to him about it the whole time, and I was like, dude, I was thinking the same exact thing when you wrote that. Like, I don't need to hear an hour and a half of McMahon or Dennis Rodman. I want to hear those guys. Like, I won't even watch it. You know, like I still love watching the Hall of Fame broadcast. I usually wouldn't go to it live when we went, but I'd watch it like the next couple days. And I couldn't get into it. I don't want to watch it. Like, hear that those guys don't even get to talk. Like, let them give a 5-minute presentation for their dad or grandfather or whatever, you know? Like, that's, to me, is just like a slap in the face and like total disrespect.
Agreed. So who main evented 2 WrestleManias, and he gets like a 30-second video package.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, he should have been in before AJ. Like just like
I mean, dude, you want to get the guys like me. I'm going to be 45 in July. I went to the WrestleManias 4 and 5 in Atlantic City as a little kid. Like, Bad News Brown and Demolition were in those WrestleManias. Those are the reasons Bad News Brown was my favorite bad guy. I just love the fact of, like, you know, my whole family's from Hoboken and going to Yankee Stadium, cutting through Harlem, and him being a bad guy from Harlem. You know, I just always thought that was really cool. You know, past my like, hey, we went through Harlem, Mom, on the way home from Yankee Stadium. Yeah. So I always loved that guy since I was a kid for some reason, even though you're supposed to hate him. And, like, I was looking forward to this. I've been saying for years the guy's a Hall of Famer, and it was like a 5-second thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Like, it's just the Hall of Fame, they shortchange a lot of people. Like some of the moments and things like that. It's like it's just extra for some publicity.
The Hogan and Andre match, like, that was cool. You know, it was really cool to have the son and Andre's daughter there. We saw them both. It was awesome. But, like, I don't know. Like, a lot of times now I feel like I mean, Vegas is different. I have the office there, so I had to do some work the couple of days before. I like doing everything else more than actually going to the show. Like, I like going to, like, a kid I know from Jersey wrestled, Ray Jazz. He was at, like, that Bloodsport GCW thing. We saw Natty Neidhart. You know, it was cool having her talk with Jenny, Tito's daughter. So I was like, hey, we should have a Strike Force versus Heart Foundation rematch. And they were laughing. Like, I like seeing the older guys, and, like, I like seeing the older toys at the shows and stuff. Like, you know, that's what really does it for me. That's why I like going, you know, all the other stuff before the actual show. And, like, if you don't actually, I don't know if you would know this, WrestleMania 4 in 1988 was the first one where they had a thing like that, or like a WrestleCon
Yeah.
event. And obviously, it's a fraction of what it is now, but I mean that's like my favorite part of the weekend.
Yeah, no, you get to see them on a whole other level. So it's definitely like the experience, like access and everything. That's I see you got some spectators there. AJ,
Yeah, my little one here. She had a wrestling mask on.
I know, I saw that.
You
Pictures is
It
adorable.
looks so cute. Oh my gosh.
I showed you.
She wants me to make. She likes me making this using the Ninja juicer to make juice. And it just makes a crazy big mess. And I don't know if at 8 o'clock that's probably what I want to do right now.
Well, good luck with that. AJ, before we let you go, we let everyone on the show give their last shot. So your last shot about WrestleMania.
2 days I don't like. It's too much. It's a project getting there 2 days in a row, in and out. I mean, like I said, this was the smoothest one, but I was never a fan of the 2-day show. I liked that even 4 was 4 hours when I was a kid, and I was like, that should be the extent of it, you know, and call it a day, you know.
Exactly. Well, pleasure having you, buddy.
Say bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. AJ, first time appearance, debut, WrestleMania season. We debut.
I know. That's our new debut.
New callers.
AJ did daughter. I love it. Thank you, AJ. I know AJ was
Great
there.
stuff. Yeah, the live report from 2 nights of WrestleMania. So a lot to take in. Nikki.
Yes.
You got one more. If I can get my things together. I don't know my things all.
How dare you?
It's that moment, you know how it goes. It's the witching hour
No.
of my computer.
No. No. You didn't even watch it. Do you just want me to yell?
I'll figure it out. Just give me a minute.
All right, we got 3 minutes till Raw starts. Please, no spoilies in the chat, my people. Please, no spoilies. We're clearly going over a little bit, so please, no spoilies.
Yeah, we don't do spoilers. Let's just let's try.
You just want me to yell?
We'll do this.
His name and he appears.
I believe in Steven. I think we should all say we believe in Steven, because I think everyone in this chat believes in Steven.
Good evening, one and all.
What's going on, Steve? What are you drinking? What are you thinking?
What am I thinking? Well, I'll start with, I'm thinking, you know, if you see any of the talent in the hotel lobby and they're trying to have a private moment, or in the restaurant, or in the gym, or out on the street, and they're just trying to have a personal private moment to themselves for a minute, even though they're in public, leave them the fuck alone, will you?
Preach.
Let them have that. I've seen a bunch of famous people in public over my time. I don't think I've even once walked up to any of them, because I figured, well, that's their off time. They don't need me bothering them. They're there with their family trying to have dinner, or, you know, shopping for crap or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the video. So you're talking about the Punk pushing.
Yeah,
some
clearly AJ and Bailey are hugging or having a private moment or whatever they're doing, and this guy is like videotaping them, and Punk is like, as the husband should be like, leave my wife and her friend alone. Get out. And everyone's like, oh, Punk crashed out. I was like, Punk was protecting his people. That guy can fuck off real hard.
And what especially annoys me about it is there are, you figured it was going to be non-zero, but there's actually, you know, a decent amount of people defending the guy. Oh, they're in public, so it's fair game. If they didn't want to be filmed, they should have taken care of this in the hotel room or wherever. No. No.
You're like, come to my hotel
I'm
room.
like in the lobby saying goodbye, and they're going to, because obviously they're probably going to Chicago. Bailey lives in Texas. They're probably going different ways in the hotel and hugging to say goodbye. Like, just because they're in public, you have no fucking right to any of these people whatsoever.
And supposedly the guy, or maybe one of the people he was with, tried to put his arm around AJ after they politely said no to his request for a picture. Like, no, dude, just stop. Just no.
Yeah.
Leave these people alone when they're trying to have a moment.
Yeah. It's so gross. Like they're fucking people. And I know there's a line, and you could, if you do it again, if you can ask me like, hey, do you mind if I get something? And they're like, no, like we're doing whatever. Then be like, okay, well, okay, fine. And if they say yes, then great. Like there's a time to be respectful. Again, like if they're at a restaurant and they're like, they finish their meal and they're walking out, and you ask politely, hey, do you mind? If they say no, then like, okay, like that one woman or the one person, like dude followed Stephanie Vicker around the airport after she said no, and it was like, oh, I can't believe you said no to me. It's like, well, you're being a crazy person.
Yeah.
I think there was an incident involving Dom a few days ago as well. Just enough.
I saw a report that Damien Priest had to like protect. They said he helped a female talent. So I don't know if it was Lola, his girlfriend, or someone else was doing something, but apparently Damien had to like de-escalate a situation.
Yeah. All right, on to more pleasant talk.
Thank you, Steve.
So I was listening to Joho's stats. I've got about Roman. Okay, I've got two more for him. I've got two more for the group actually. Number one is the first one is 3. That is to say, Roman's still a top 3 draw in this company. You don't have to like that he's a top 3 draw in this company, but he is. And that's why he continues to get the main event at Mania. With the other two, I don't know what order you want to put these in. Punk.
But is he? But wait, is he the product of a bad, like, I don't want to say bad generation, but like, is there less, like, you put him in any other, like people always talk about like different eras. Like, would he be a mid-carder in any other era? Did he benefit from a less talented?
I don't think he's in a less talented pool. He had the machine behind him. But Steven, go ahead, babe.
I mean, you have to, well, I mean, if you're going to put him in the Attitude Era, who knows? Because the Attitude Era was stacked. So, who knows? The era when, what is that, the Golden Era, at least the first couple of years was that was pretty stacked too. So, who knows? But he's a top 3 draw right now. Okay, and the other stat is 7, which is 7 years that Roman has been in remission.
Yep.
And he still has to, I've said this before, and he still has to do some level of regular treatment. So, he's active with WWE as his health permits him.
True.
And, it's also the reason, just in case anybody mentions it again, it's also the reason for those veneers, because that treatment takes a lot out of your real teeth. That said, he pricks some pretty terrible veneers, but, nonetheless, it's the reason he has them to begin with. So it's not like, a certain other, person who's probably not that far behind him on the roster until very recently, whose reason for being part-time was just didn't want to fucking be there most of the time, except when it was time to, I need some money for the farm. I'm going to go, let me go do a program for a few weeks and then fly back to the farm. I think I'm sure that, and with what Roman said last night during the post-show thing, I heard about that. I'm sure he and WWE are working with the healthcare professionals to be able to, get these appearances in or ring action in, without it being a detriment to his long-term health. And, I understand the whole idea of, you kind of want these, everybody to be around more. But I have never begrudged Roman this under the circumstances. Yeah.
That's fair.
And as it is, I don't think he's going to have the belt too long anyway, because I think I honestly think the path is going to be, Oba wins King of the Ring next month, which they should be starting on that pretty soon. We're in the latter half of April now. And then Oba wins that tournament, gets the title shot at SummerSlam, and takes it from there. Okay, so it's only going to be for a little while. There's rumors he'd be losing it tonight to somebody. So I don't think that's.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it to be tonight, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, now Sami. For those people who want, who were saying, oh, Sami should just go away. Well, I'm afraid I have some unfortunate news for you. This is the beginning of a year-long, barring injuries, of course. This is the beginning of a year-long storyline that's going to culminate in Sami's coronation at the next Mania, wherever it ends up being. You can't have a downfall, heel turn, redemption storyline over the course of the year without him falling. And obviously Trick was going to win that match, and Sami was going to be the one to take the pin. Even if you threw Mello and Ilya in there, which is what I wanted, it was still going to be Trick taking the pin over Sami. That was the right decision. But, Sami, other than, if he's going to take a couple of weeks off, for the time being, which, they're all entitled to a couple of weeks off sometimes, rest up and heal, do family stuff, whatever. You're going to be probably seeing a lot more of Sami. So like it or not, he's not going anywhere. Maybe you'll like the change of character. I don't know. But let's find out. But he's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. They're not going to release him unless there's some kind of a major dispute that comes up that nobody has seen coming. And then the last one.
Last shot.
Yep, last shot. Jade. Very nice improvement there. I know it's just one match. We kind of saw it in a limited sample size when she was pounding the shit out of Naomi at the Chamber card last year. Look, she's not going anywhere either. I don't think anytime soon. Maybe they'll step her back from the world title picture, but that's something to build on and work on. I think what could certainly help with her is give her a manager. I don't know who, but give her a manager. So that she doesn't really have to do promos so much. She can just concentrate on being Girlberg.
Yeah, exactly. Like give her like a Heyman type.
But that's the only manager is Heyman. Who else is
Robert Stone in NXT?
They can make somebody a manager. I'm sure. I don't know who, but give her a mouthpiece and break up that stable she made with the two women who when's the last time any of them won a match?
Yeah.
Who knows? Not that
they didn't even let them get beat up on air. They had to have them just like feign like, oh, I got my ass kicked. They didn't want to give you enough airtime to get your ass beat, which is terrible.
All right, that's all I got. I don't think it's spoiling anything to say Oba's opening the show with a promo. He hasn't said anything yet, so let's go enjoy the show.
Fair enough. Steven.
See you Friday. Good night, everybody.
Pleasure as always, and now. All right, Nikki. Another great one to wrap up WrestleMania weekend.
I know. Put a little bow on it.
Yeah, put a little bow on it. Let's let our not so CCO. It's a lot of C's. Put a bow on it. Triple H.
Thought we had a spectacular event tonight. Very excited that so far everybody seems to have come out unscathed. banged up, bumps and bruises, but nobody seriously injured, which I always hold my breath on these events. You want to see people have the best outing that they can possibly have and make memories, but do it safely. And we were able to do that tonight.
Doing it again tonight, Nikki. Back here Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time for our usual hijinks and partying. Yeah, hijinks.
Maurice.
Always a pleasure.
My Johos.
Love you all.
Lisa.
Settle down.
You settle down. I will confess my love to Lisa anytime I want.
But until next time, you do not have to go home.
But you have to go upstairs and watch Raw.